Hello everyone. Today I'll be doing a presentation on the involvement of math in space throughout human history. To start off, the evolution of math and space has gone through three periods, which are space viewed from Earth, Earth viewed from space, and deep space. I will argue that the earliest piece of technology that came from space and absolutely involved math was the calendar. The earliest calendar that was available and accurately tracked time is the Babylonian calendar. In an agrarian society, the calendar is an essential tool to know when to plant and harvest crops. In order for the ancient civilizations to create an approximate calendar, they needed to know two things: the length of the seasons and the length of the year. The first challenge was to find the length of the year, which turned out to be a surprisingly difficult task. The Babylonians came up with the number 365, which worked for a while, but later it became obvious that the calendar is failing out of synchronization, which is why the Romans created the Gregorian calendar, which has 365.24 days and is still used today. Eventually, in the 1950s, we were able to go outside of our atmosphere and put man-made objects into space. Abert predicted space travel in the 1930s and gave accurate estimations of the size of the rockets needed to get out of our atmosphere. At the end of the war, the Russian Space Agency was able to launch a satellite into orbit called Sputnik. We couldn't have remotely considered putting satellites into orbit if it wasn't for the work of brilliant mathematicians Galileo and Newton. They were the first people to clearly understand ballistics and how gravity affected them. And lastly, we come to Einstein, who claimed that Newton's theory of gravity is not correct and proved that the gravitational acceleration is due to the distortion of geometry of space-time by a massive body. Einstein wrote down the equation on the screen, which is known as the Einstein field equation, or otherwise known as the equation of the entire universe, which describes how the geometry of space-time is affected by a massive body. This equation predicted many things, such as the elliptical orbit of Mercury and the existence of black holes. And the final prediction has been made very recently in 2015 and verified the existence of gravitational waves, which has been discovered in the LIGO in the US. Thank you for watching.